that's breaking transmission. We apologize and thank you for staying with us. Obviously, you know this is GbaramatuVoiceTV, the leading Niger Delta Media here in Warri, Delta State. So we are actually deliberating on, I think, Nigerians to Tinubu.
Yes.
Nigerians to Tinubu. So quickly, we just have to say, Nigerians are just literally clamoring for an upgrade in our healthcare system.
Yes.
We can't afford us dying, Nigerians dying. It is not appropriate because most of us, we cannot afford bills to go outside of the country for treatment and all of that. So that is the cry of Nigerians to Tinubu. So that's that on that. So we just have to quickly run through everything because we apologize for your time. Time has been fast spent. So we just quickly brush through our stories. So quickly, moving to the Punch newspaper. So I'll quickly be reading through the lead story. Petrol pump price surges to 1,150 naira after Dangote hike. Brace for more price raise, marketers tells Nigerian. Wow, this is actually following the price hike after Dangote's price hike. Yes. And now petrol prices have gone up to 1,150 naira. This is not a good one at all. It is not a good one at all because following this hike, things are obviously going to get very expensive, extremely expensive. Now I think people that are obviously into the fuel business, fuel industry and all of that, I think if you're buying 2 million liters to 4.55 million liters, then I think they will be selling for you at 950.
Yes.
And now people that are buying from 5 million liters and above will be sold for they will be sold for at 955. While people that are buying from 5 million liters and above will be sold for 950. But not even adhering to that price because obviously when you add your logistics expenses and all of that, transporting it down here, I'm pretty sure you'll be getting fuel for over 8,000 naira, which is quite outrageous for we Nigerians. I think this will favor people that are states that are quite closer to areas. I think the logistics cost will not be too high, come down a bit. But people that are far off, I think this is where it's actually going to affect us. So Nigerians, I think you have to get ready to get fuel for over 8,000 naira. It is coming again, and we actually think all of this has gone down. I was thinking all of this has subsided, but now it is coming back again. And you know the implications of increase in price fuel. Yes. It will literally everything around it will increase.
It's going to increase. The cost of living is going to increase. When we talk about cost of living, that's telling us about the cost of transportation. The same amount you are paying from, let's say, Delta State to Lagos will not be the same again. The same amount you're paying from Abuja down to Jigawa will not be the same again.
Transportation will increase.
Yes, and transportation is one of the major, fuel is one of the major drive for anything that we are doing in Nigeria and every overhead cost in every business. So now, just imagine there's hike in the fuel price.
That means will automatically
skyrocket.
Go up.
We go up. Now we'll talk about our food. The cost for feeding alone is going to increase. Families, they will be finding it out to at least give a transportation for their children to go to school.
God.
Then
it will be such an hard one on
Nigerians. So it's calling on all Nigerians to step up their game this year.
In fact, you know the one very bad thing about increasing fuel.
Yes.
It affects everything.
Everything.
In fact, that is when a woman that is selling vegetable in market will tell you that you're not yet
since that even if you want to even go to, if you are going to anything you want to do, they will just be telling you about fuel out there. Even before the thing will even increase, they are already increasing it on their own.
They've increased it
themselves. So they are even happy. At times you see them.
Woman in the market selling vegetables, she'll tell you that you don't know that fuel price have increased. Yes, I wonder how, but literally centering it down, it's still affecting them.
Yes, affecting them.
Even if they are not directly using fuel to transport their vegetables. But looking at it is still indirectly affecting them. It's affecting everybody. I think increase in price of fuel is actually not a good one.
Yes.
We are even thinking everything is going to
calm down. Things are going to calm down.
Fuel price has increased. Yes. I don't think this is a good one for we Nigerians as well.
Yes, and it's going to affect people that are into business, people that rely mostly on generators to power their businesses, their organizations, their companies, their enterprises. In fuel that you are planning that you used to buy, probably you buy 9,000 naira fuel to rule the whole day. So when they increase it like that, it's going to from 1,000 to 1,150 naira. Some localized fuel station they'll even be selling for 1,300. Yes, some people will be selling for 1,500. They will tell you, no say things not there, things like that. Some people would try to take advantage of this situation, of this phenomenon. So that is why everybody needs to step up their game now. Things are not really easy, so we also have to still work hand in hand.
Please, even as much as increase is going on in every angle, especially this area for please, we should also consider ourselves. Don't make things too difficult. For ourselves. Some people, just because of the hike of fuel don't dare, they just outrageously increase their prices.
And a lot of them have old stock.
Exactly.
They have old stock. Like people selling, when we talk about school bags, when we talk about even fuel.
They say not be transportation carrying.
The news just started this morning. So before it even starts, they're already increasing their own. They're already increasing it, this and that. Some people are trying to take advantage of the process. They're trying to take advantage of the situation. So please, anyhow, because now it's not really easy for the buyer and the seller. So anything that you can do within your own.
Let's consider ourselves.
We are Nigerians. We love each other. So just try to make things easy so that at least your fellow man.
Difficult for each other.
Yes, so that at least your fellow man will be able to buy from you, and you too can be able to buy from them. Because when they come to your own place and you are saying, say things not there, you don't know that things are already expensive. By the time you start putting up all those kind of attitude, even with that same person to want to do that same thing, because why? It's already been. He has been affected by what you have done. So we're using this opportunity to call on all stakeholders or everybody that this has affected. I should please,
because it has affected
everybody, everything generally, down to church, down to mosques, down to business, down to any kind of thing that they are doing. The fuel hike will surely affect everybody. So all stakeholders that have been affected should please try to see what you can do to curb, to reduce this situation.
Yes, that was a very good one from my colleague, David Sheriff. So quickly, there's a story here as well before we move to the next. Like I said, we don't have much time on our side, so we'll quickly brush up everything. Yes, 18 Unilag female first class graduates. That's a very good one. I think it's actually a very good one. If we should have more graduates like this, I think Nigeria will become a safe place for us.
Safe place for us.
Yes, that's a very good one. I commend them. I really do not want to dwell on that. I just wanted to talk about that. And quickly, my daughter planning wedding to pharmacist before mother of copper beheaded by gospel singer. I think that story was actually a very catchy one on the internet, on social media of recent. A young girl, a copper, was beheaded by her boyfriend. Obviously, she was out there seeking for a partner, and it's a normal thing. Probably you're done with school. You've gone through the corporate stage. Most times you say when you go for service, you get to see your life partner. Sometimes, yes, people have actually testified getting life partners from there, and I think it's a normal thing for her to have probably saw this person and she wants to do life in. So I can't even say, and now he wasn't a Yahoo boy. He was just a gospel artist. A gospel artist. I would say alleged, because people actually said he's a gospel artist. I don't really know, because I don't see that kind of person as a gospel artist. Somebody that would have an heart to do something of such.
And somebody even suggested that he's not even feeling remorseful. When they interviewed him,
when he had an interview with AIT, he was asked, did you feel remorseful about what you did to your partner? He said no. he said it with all confidence, that he wasn't remorseful at all. And I was wondering the kind of person this girl was in a relationship with. It is very, very bad. Yes. I don't think that is an healthy relationship. Yes. And I'm just pleading to
everybody, everyone,
females especially, even as much as we are actually clamoring for a life partner. You've gone through school, you're done with service, probably you're now working, and it is expected of you by your parents, in fact by the society now, because if you have gotten to a particular stage and you've probably not bring somebody home, questions will start flying here and there. So I think even we trying to look for a partner, we should also be mindful of the people we associate with. We should be mindful of the people
companies we also
walk around with, because there is no how this lady must have not seen these traits of this guy.
Yes.
Probably she has seen one or two and it's going to change, going to change.
Maybe the guy is not able to even control his anger. Maybe when he's angry, he can't control himself. Then he will try to fight back, this and that. She has seen those kind of traits before, but she did not bother to at least excuse the relationship. She decided to continue. So it's an appeal for everybody. If you just try to be conscious, just try to study more about your partner, try to know their likes and dislikes. If your partner does not like something, please try to avoid it. If your partner should like something, that is what you should give in your interest. So don't really know much about what might have happened. So it's really happening in the societies. It's not just what about the ones that have happened that the media did not capture.
Yes.
That was not really
bad.
It's really bad. So everybody should try. Don't be vulnerable.
That has actually caused pain in the heart of the mother. Because obviously, probably, maybe she wasn't even having money to train the child, and she just used her last money to train the child to this stage.
Hoping.
And someone from nowhere came and took the life of someone else's child. It's bad, but I just believe we should be more careful with people we associate with.
Yes.
And I think God, in all, we should just pray that God should guide us and lead us up in everything that we do. Yes. So quickly, I think we'll be moving to the Guardian newspaper. We'll just quickly take, because of our time, we'll just quickly take the Guardian newspaper and I think Daily Trust. Just talk about it, and we will be done for the day.
So under the Guardian newspaper, danger looms as fake drugs, harmful food floods markets. That's very serious.
You should find on what page?
Yes, you can find out on page 8 to 9
of the Guardian
newspaper.
This is a very serious one.
Yes.
Danger looms as fake drugs
floods markets.
In fact, the amount of fake drugs that we have in the market today is really, really alarming. It's really, really alarming. I don't know how people just come with initiatives to produce
fake tablets.
In fact, I am so surprised on how you want to earn a living, you want to live as a responsible Nigerian, and the only thing that will come to your mind is how to produce fake drugs that you obviously know that it is harmful to the lives of your fellow Nigerian. That is ridiculous. I think, and measures have actually been put in place
to see how they can control this.
NAFDAC has actually put measures in place, and I believe they would work so well. And perpetrators of those evils will obviously be brought
to justice.
Please, we should try as much as possible to flee from such acts. This is illegal. It is not legal. It is illegal because fake drugs can take the lives of people. Or your fellow Nigerians. You should be a lover of yourself. You should love yourself. Do not ever think of doing something rather that would want to harm your fellow being,
or because you want to make money. And the people that fall victim of all this kind of cheap drugs are people in the rural area. People that are not able to take care of themselves, people that are not able to afford at least the basic revenue to go to the city, to take proper medication. Any little enterprise that do all this little tablet that this one can cure malaria, this one can cure this one can cure that one. Those are the people that fall victim. Mothers that are not even able to go to the city to get drugs, that are in the riverine area, that are in the local areas, those that are in the people that are not able to afford even the basic 3 square meters. Those are the people that fall victim of all this type of harassment from.
And that is very, very sad.
It's really
saddens me. It's painful. Oh my God.
People lose their lives through that way. When you take all those kind of tablets, it might not react immediately. It might stay in your system for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. At times when the thing even kill you there's no trace. You can't even know where you have taken that kind of drugs that is actually causing making you to be disorganized. So it's an appeal for everybody to even the expiring date of whatever you are taking.
Check
wherever you buy the food from.
Make sure
even if it's a restaurant, even if it's a lounge, anywhere, even if the place is very, very fine, always check the expiring date. Take safety precautions. Read about the ethics. If you read about the ethics, they'll always tell you, know about the expiring dates before you drink anything. If it's Coke, no matter what you are doing, always look at the expiring dates before you take it, down to the drugs. So I believe if we should take all these precautions, things are going to...
I believe all these are actually downplaying to poverty.
Poverty.
Yes, I think poverty is actually causing most of this. Because now, according to the report here, it says fake drugs and full food.
Yes.
And full food. Now, we as reasonable people, we know what is good.
Yes.
Food you can eat. But you know that some of us, because of poverty, they tend to even eat food that is stale.
That is stale.
In fact, I saw somebody, and it really, really saddens me. I saw her. She was looking so tattered, and in fact, she was searching the dustbin.
Yes.
For a food that was already thrown by residents of where they were staying. Like, now those big houses.
That was even in our headline for the news yesterday.
Was outside.
Yes.
And they tend to... She was in search of a food. And I was like, what are you doing there? In fact, I wasn't having much that day. And because I really felt bad. Something that I know that I cannot obviously go to a dustbin to look for food. I don't know if she was actually mentally okay, but... Okay.
She's mentally okay.
But this was what I saw her doing, and it really, really saddens me. I just think we should be very, very careful, because fake drugs as well can cause mental disorder. Most of the people we see in our psychiatric hospital and all of that, we don't know where this problem is coming from. So I think we should all be careful with whatever we take, and people producing these fake drugs, please, we are pleading, we are begging. Stop. I'm pretty sure if you don't do that, one thing I believe, God will always make a way. That is what I always tell myself. That is what I always tell myself to console myself. In some situations I find myself, I just worry myself too much. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? But God always come through. So you thinking that if you stop this, how are you going to live? That's a lie. If you believe in yourself and what you do, God will come through for you. So I think that is what we just have to debate on that. Now, lastly, how Tinubu... we'll be talking on Daily Trust newspaper. Yes, I think that will be the last one. We're supposed to talk about lack of banking details, delays, first direct local government allocations. Yes, this is just literally talking about some local governments have actually not provided their banks details to the federal government, and that is why these allocations has not been disbursed. So they are calling on you. I think 774 local governments we have in Nigeria, they have to receive 361 billion naira. So it would have been paid, but some bags have some local
Initially, some local governments are actually doing election, so they don't really have the time yet,
Okay,
to
yes, some
compile
probably has-
those their account details so they can send to the Central Bank of Nigeria for them to disburse these resources to them. But it's an avenue now for
Yes,
the local
they are
governments
calling, yes.
where they're actually calling on you people to see how you can come together to document your account details so that you can
Yes.
send it to the Central.
and the promises to pay.
They will pay. They will pay.
Yes.
Our government, they are trying, so they are going to pay.
Promises
So,
to pay. It's starting this January.
yes,
the
this January,
promises
from
to
January
pay.
25 onward, try to compile your account details, try to document it down, and give it to the assigned personnel who is going to take those account details to the federal government. That will take these resources, that will take these documents to the Central Bank of Nigeria, so we can receive our payments. So that is.
Quickly, we won't be talking much on this daily trust. We just quickly brush it up as well, and that will be the end of today's program. Our Tinubu governors struck deal
On tax.
Sorry, how Tinubu
And
governors struck deal on tax bill. This was what we were talking about on, I think, yesterday
Yesterday
day
news
before
review.
yesterday,
Yes.
the tax reform and all
Yes.
of that. I think Tinubu has actually sat with them
Yes.
and has concluded it, and as it's a signed deal. Yes,
Yes.
he has actually agreed on the tax reformation
tax reform,
bill, and
yes.
he has actually applauded these governors because they did well, and he deemed it fit,
Yes.
for the tax to be reformed, which will obviously bring development. This is also
Yes.
centering on development.
Development, yes.
That is just it. So literally, what we are obviously clamoring for as a citizen of Nigeria, we're clamoring for development, and that is what we want for our nation.
Our nation as a whole.
Isn't it?
Yes,
That
that's
is
what we
what-
want for our nation. He also appreciated the chairman of the program, which is the governor of Kwara State, Abdul Razak, for bringing all the governors together to
Yeah,
at
that's a
least to
nice
mobilize them in a particular place for them to be able to discuss, for them to share their highlights, for them to share their opinions, for them to be able to air their view about what they think about the tax,
The reformation.
the tax reformation. Will it be okay?
And the VAT as well.
For
yes.
them to have appraiser on what to do.
That's
So
a very good one.
our president is actually appreciating
Yes, we
him for
commend
what he's
him,
doing.
we
So
commend him. It's actually a very good one.
yes,
Thank you for staying with us and not leaving us. Thank you for
Yes.
staying with us. Today was such an amazing session.
yes, such an
today
amazing
was
one.
such an amazing session. Thank you. Yes, once again, this is GbaramatuVoiceTV,
TV.
the #1 leading
Leading media.
Niger Delta Media Centre.
Center.
Yeah, in the art of Warri. Yes, this is Beyond the Headlines, and of course, my name is Bestolowo.
and I am Sheriff David Jeffrey.
Yes.
You can also follow us on
follow
our
us
different
on
social
our-
media platforms. We have different social media platforms. You can follow us. You can bring in your contributions. You can share your opinions. You can give your comments. Yes, you can follow us on our various platforms like
on
Facebook,
tweets, on X, on Facebook,
on Instagram, on TikTok,
on
YouTube,
yes, and also
even on
our
Google.
website.
Type our name on Google. You are going to see
the
us. You can
website.
read more about us, our visions, our mission.
Baramatu Voice.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate.